James Brown said, "This is a man's world, but it would be nothing without a woman." Well, in Thick, it's a woman's world, but it would be nothing without the men. I have Benson L. and Caleb Jackson with me now, better known as Lefty and Detective Morrison. Fellas, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
Appreciate it.
So, first off, again, great performances. I love the film. So, hats off to you guys. But if you could, just give us a quick background into how you all got into acting.
Well, myself, I've been involved in acting for a while. I actually really started for me in junior high, doing a couple of school plays and things like that. Of course, I didn't go to school for acting or anything like that. I kind of drifted off into the business path of it. Then I got back into it after school, doing a couple of community theater, and then some more industrials, and then going on into film.
After a career in law enforcement, I retired.
Oh.
And I was sitting around the house, and after about 3 months of finished the traveling and all the good things, like I had to find something to do with myself. So I'll become an actor. I had no previous experience. So did some research, did some studying, took some classes. And after about 6 months of contemplating it, finally decided, okay, I'm gonna jump into this. And as with Ronald, started off doing industrials. And it just kicked off. I've been doing this about 3 years now.
Oh, wow, cool. So that's why your role just felt so authentic, right?
I am typecast, yes. I'm going to be the detective or the mayor or the chief of police or things of that nature. And it's fine because it comes really naturally.
Okay, nice. So how'd you guys get involved with this project?
Well, audition. I mean, as simple as that. I met Anthony and Tamika through a previous project that they were doing some casting and had an assistant with. So they saw me on that project, encouraged me to come out and try to audition for a role in Thick, and here I am.
Sweet.
I met Tamika on the set of Anacostia, the web series. And I met Anthony at the screening of the show that he was starring in. And I also met you on the set of Anacostia as well. But we really got to know each other at the screening. And at that screening, Anthony approached me and says, I want you to come to the audition Sunday. That was a Friday night, I believe, the screening was.
It was.
Nice.
So Friday night, I met Anthony in person for the first time. Sunday, I was auditioning for him.
You were there, and then the story was written after that.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
All right, cool. So Benson L., your character as Lefty is trying to shake up the establishment, while Caleb Morrison is trying to keep things as is, right?
Yes.
So what was it like playing these crafty characters, each with their own agenda?
Well, you let Anthony tell it. He said, well, Lefty was written for me. And he said there's no difference between Lefty and who I am. So, and of course, and when you're playing a character or you're playing a role, you have to put yourself in that situation, put yourself in that environment, and sort of think the way they do. So it's not too far off from who Benson L is and who Lefty is as far as how they go about things. But it was a good fit. It's a good challenge for me, but it was a good fit.
Nice.
Yeah, his character is I would hate to think that there was a lot of you in that character, but
Yeah.
we really don't see eye to eye that much in the movie world, even though in personally, I think he's a stand-up guy most of the time. But he doesn't want that to get out much. But with my character, it was interesting because I'm not really a straight-up kind of guy either. And I'm caught up in the web that he's made, and I'm trying to make a web of my own without being a spoiler. And the interactions are really intense.
Yeah, definitely. And you guys cross paths a fairly good bit. So let's just, again, go down the line. Maybe Kayla, we'll start with you this time. How did you prepare for an approach portraying your character?
Detective Morrison, obviously in my career, I was always the stand-up guy and whatnot.
Right.
So I had to think about how would I be the dirty cop. So did some research, watched a couple of movies, and looked at the characters and some of the storylines involving that. But it was like the writing of this was so well, really what didn't require a whole lot of preparation because, I mean, the way that it was written, it was like just go with it.
Right.
You could see the author's vision in the script.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. I want to piggyback on that too, is because it was written so well, and your interactions with each other characters kind of brought out more of your character. It kind of gave us a good roadmap as to how to approach the character and what the character should do, some of the nuances of the character. But of course, there is some script preparation. There is also some research into how you approach a situation. Just basically script study and making sure. But the writing of this particular script made it really easy for us to, well, especially me, is to flow into the role because every interaction that I had gave my character a different type of flow.
Right.
For lack of a better word.
Nice. So, as actors, what was one of the most challenging scenes for your character?
I wouldn't say anything was challenging. I think it was more so because I mean when you're in the moment, you're there. You know what I'm saying? So it's not Benson El playing Lefty, it's just Lefty. There's no Benson El. So I mean once you're in there, you're in there. So it not necessarily becomes challenging. You just wanna be in that moment and make sure that moment carries all the way through so people really believe it.
Right. KRS-One, he had this he says a lot of people used to come up when we would freestyle, and I'm almost quoting him verbatim, but he would say we would freestyle, we had battles, and they say, "Yo, this is for the real hip hop. This is for the real hip hop." And he said right there they had already lost. He was like, "Cause I am hip hop." So
Okay.
in the same way, like you say,
Exactly.
I am.
Yeah.
And
All right.
Yeah, I again, to piggyback off that, there was really nothing I can think of that was really, really challenging. The kitchen scene was, I think that was my most intense. And I truly, truly enjoyed shooting that because it was like, this is probably the biggest scene that I've done to date in my career. And with all the stage movements and the dialogues and things going on with the props that we had, it went so smoothly. And again, with the cast and crew that we was working with, oh man, it was just, it went real well.
Right.
But that was a pretty long scene. It was a long day, but it was so enjoyable.
Right. But speaking of enjoyable, what scene did you all enjoy the most? Which one did you just have fun on?
You know what? It's hard to say because I enjoyed doing all of the scenes because you're working with some incredible actors and actresses in this movie. It's just hard to really pinpoint because every time you went on set, the other actor was going to be there right with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to pinpoint. But it was some memorable moments throughout the whole shoot. But as far as the favorite scene, I can't really pinpoint any particular one because every time you got on set, it was showtime.
Yeah, it's fun. That's good.
And when you see the movie, I mean, for all those who haven't seen it, go see it. But when you see the movie, you'll understand exactly what I'm saying. The whole movie carries you all the way through.
Right. Definitely. How about you, Caleb?
I'm laughing because I just knew he was going to say something, and he's being so diplomatic today.
You don't know me.
Man, that's cool. I mean, obviously.
Well, I'll put it this way. I would have thought he would have said there's a scene where he, one other person, and myself are in. I'll just leave it at that. I would have thought that would have been his favorite scene.
Anyway.
Okay.
See the movie.
You got to see the movie, yes.
Okay. So what was it like working under the leadership of Cheryl and Anthony?
Oh, it was great. I mean, You can't, as far as directors and writers are concerned, I mean, they let you flow. And I mean, of course, they step in when they think when they want something particular way, but they let you flow. You know what I mean? They let you do what you have to do to bring life to your character. And if they see something going on a different path, then they'll say that. But professionalism, creativity, just like I said, the biggest thing is that you want from an actor, as an actor, that you want from a director is you want to be able to bring life to the character without restrictions. And they let you do that. And hats off to them both, because that you appreciate as an actor. You never want to feel restricted by camera or anybody else. So if they let you flow, can't help it. You love it.
Right.
Yes. And
It just ain't church in this guy. Because every time he says something, you like, yeah.
My bad. You go with that person.
Church. That's it.
you know, it's starting to sound like a love fest here, but seriously, again, he obviously has a lot more experience at this than I do. To date, I would say this is probably the best set I have been on. And that's not to disparage the other sets I've been on.
Right.
But this Anthony and Cheryl and the crew, everybody's just top notch. And like I say, they gave you enough rein to make you comfortable in your character. Again, they gave you the structure, and again, not being as experienced, I know I swayed outside of my structure periodically. Sometimes, you know, okay, well, let's bring it back in. Other times, they say, you know, that was pretty good. Let's leave it.
Okay.
So it's nothing but kudos.
Nice. And, you know, obviously the ladies in this film did an excellent job. So, what do you think about the ladies' performances, and how was it working with them?
Oh man, you want to go first, because
Well,
So you can say church.
I'll say this. I have been a Tia Day fan since the first time I saw her perform. I won't mention the other movies, but she's been in some top-notch productions before. And I said to myself one day, and I told her at the premiere, one day we're going to work together. This was the first opportunity that I had to actually work with her. Phenomenal. Her range is just wow. Wow.
She killed it.
Yes,
definitely. And not only Tia, I mean, a lot of lady actresses on this film, they did a great job. I mean, just some of them doing things that they probably didn't even see themselves doing, and going outside of their comfort zone made this movie. That's what took this movie to the edge. And of course, Tia's performance, I mean, you just have to see it to actually appreciate it. And from an actor standpoint, you want that from another actor on your set. You want them to bring that type of energy. You want them to bring that type of vibe, because if they bring that, you like, man, I gotta step my game up.
Right.
Yes.
And that's what you want. You know what I mean? You don't want to be the quote unquote best actor around. You want to be on a set with somebody competing for that.
Exactly.
And that's what she brung. And not only her, all the other actresses as well too. You're talking about Tracita Giles. You're talking about Pascal Picquion. You know, you just all those actresses. Great.
Yeah, he got the opportunity to drop the names before I did, because I didn't want to leave them out either. So yeah, Tracita and Pascal, yes.
Too late, man. Too late.
Look at this. They still in competition, man.
It never stops.
right. All right. So obviously we talked about the atmosphere of the set. It just it was obviously really good, because you all, I mean, as a collective, just turned out some great performances. So what are you guys currently working on? Any plans for future films?
I just got cast today in a short called Quran Billiard.
Okay.
It's a short student film. I don't have all the information. Like I said, it just happened today, but that should be pretty good. We're waiting on post-production on Landlord.
Okay. Right.
And
Michael Shea.
Which is a musical, and hopefully they'll let me sing out the credits. They wouldn't let me sing through the musicals, but maybe they'll let me sing out the credits.
Okay.
I'm involved in a couple of plays that's going to DVD, so I'll be directing and acting in one of those plays, what it's called All the Man I Need. That's going to be recorded for DVD. Also doing a play called Am I My Brother's Keeper that's being recorded, it's going for DVD. One of us is going to be done in December, the other one in January. A couple of web series that I'm involved in, of course, Chocolate City, there's CEO, there's a few more out there that you're involved in, POL, and of course doing a couple of movie projects that's going to be shooting in the spring. One, of course, is Jericho Road with the director Harold Jackson III. So I mean, try to stay busy as you can, because if you're not working, then you're not eating.
Yeah, you're right. So speaking of, make sure you can eat. Go ahead, plug yourself. How can directors see the show? How can they get in contact with you guys?
Well, I'm rbensonel@gmail.com. Call, hey, hit me up. I'm available. If I can make it work, I'm ready to work.
See how easy we are. CalebJJackson@gmail.com.
Nice.
And I'm retired, so I'm always available.
Brother said, I'm chilling
I'm
at
chilling.
the house.
That's
until you
right.
call.
Exactly.
Maybe I'll be living with him. I can chill too.
Oh, no.
Well, guys, it's been a great time. Pleasure talking with you all. Again, great performances. I really enjoyed the film. Thanks for your time, and thanks for coming on the show.
Appreciate it. Much
Thanks for
love.
having
Thank
me.
you so much, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.